Hello, Rainbow Push family. I'm so excited to be able to extend to you an invitation to our international conference. We are going to do it in 2021 in a very virtual manner, but I want you to go to rainbowpush.org and register for our international convention. It's going to take place on July the 17th through the 21st, and I want you to be involved. So I'm giving you a special invitation from Cameron to go online, register, www.rainbowpush.org, register for the international convention. We're here in beautiful Tulsa, Oklahoma, as we've just commemorated the 100th anniversary of the Tulsa Race Massacre. We have taken in so much this weekend, this week. It has been a joy, a privilege, and an honor, though it's a solemn occasion because we know that it was not joyous on May 31st to June the 1st, 1921. But here we are 100 years later to make sure that restitution is given, that reparations are given, and that redemption is given. And so I'm grateful to be here. I've met so many people, but there's someone that I really want you to meet. I got a chance to talk with our new family member, Antwan Jackson. Just recently graduated from high school. He's 18 years old, on his way to Langston University. But here's the thing. He, at 18 years old, just graduated, was appointed by Mayor Holt to be a youth councilman in Ward 7 of Oklahoma City, and I want you to hear from him now. So, Antwan, what do you think, even though we're down here for a negative commemoration, because we know the Tulsa Massacre was as deadly as it was and as horrific as it was, but what do you think as a Oklahoman, if that's a word? It is. Okay, as an Oklahoman, what do you think are some positives that we can draw out of this tragedy?
Well, I feel like in every instance you can take your pain into your purpose. And at this, we look at it took 100 years for us to come together. The commission was formed in 1997, and it took 20.
What commission was that?
The Tulsa Race Fire Commission. So they started legislation in 1997 to form this commission to start fundraising. And so far, we've raised $30 million, and that's going to go towards going back to community, minority businesses, cultural events. It funded Legacy Fest. It gained us national headlines. They can start scholarships. It can educate us as well, because in this state, we don't really educate on the Tulsa Race Fire Commission. I was never taught about that in school. But luckily, I come from luckily I come from a family that knows the importance of their history, so I learned about it. But it's in the state of
because you're a fourth generation Oklahoman, is that right?
Fifth
generation
Oklahoma.
And so that runs deep in your family, even
Yes.
As well as the families of Oklahoma. So, in that same breath, as young people, what do you think we can do, should do, as young people, as a nation, to kind of make sure that 100 years from now, our grandchildren aren't at another commemoration of another massacre or something that happened of this magnitude? What do you think young people can do, should do?
The question isn't what we can do. The question is what we can't do. Because it's unlimited possibilities of what we can do for this community. It's unlimited ways that we can volunteer, we can help, we can be proactive, we can fight for social justice. Because if you think about it, Mr. Jesse Jackson and all the state legislators today, they served for 50 years. They don't have 50 years left in them today. We do. So that's why we have to be proactive. We have to gain mentors. We have to make our seat at the table. And we have to be willing to learn. Because in the day, we're going to be the leaders of tomorrow. We have to be prepared. We have to know our history. We have to know our failures. We have to know our setbacks. And we also have to know our wins. We have to know where we gain. Like, we need to look at this 100th anniversary. We raised $30 million to go back into our community. And so now we should look at that and think, wow, they did this today. So what are we as young people going to do tomorrow?
And that sounds like what are we going to do is get involved with things like the Rainbow Push Coalition.
Yes.
Certainly, all of the young people should be going and joining the Rainbow Push Coalition. Certainly, it behooves all of us to be socially proactive, to be civically, economically, and socially informed. So I want you to go to rainbowpush.org and take out a membership. All of you, I'm talking to everybody under 30 years old. Go to rainbowpush.org as soon as you see this. Join the Rainbow Push Coalition. These are the kinds of things that we do. These are the kinds of commemorations that we were not taught about. Antwan, as a fifth generation Oklahoman, I could talk about the commemoration and I can talk about what I think, but you got boots on the ground. Your family has been here. You got lineage in Oklahoma. So what do you want for the young people to take away from all of this, from everything that you've taken in, really your whole life, but just this weekend, knowing who your family is, of course, Senator Pittman, State Rep Pittman, what do you want the young people to take away?
We need to be empowered, and we need to be proud to lead forward. And that's why we need to be proactive. That's why we need to take part in organizations like the Rainbow Push Coalition and join memberships so that we can continue to fight for social justice. So that when 100 years come from today, we won't have to deal with some of the same injustices that we deal with today.